Hey guys, Zombie here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies guide. Now today we're hopping into the brand new map, Firebase Z, and we're going to be looking at how to craft the brand new wonder weapon, the RAI K-84. Now you can pull this out of the box, but we're going to go for the concrete method of always getting it by crafting it. So we're going to hop into that in just a minute here. Quickly before that though, I was looking at the stats and noticed over 98% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you could please go down and click that right now, turn it from red to gray, I'd really appreciate you. Alright, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is turn on the power, and you can do this in any order. I prefer to go to the left after going through the teleporter, and you can take the same route I do, or you can go whatever way you want. But essentially, you're just going to start turning on the power. The order that you turn them on doesn't really matter. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do is actually go and grab a blueprint, and I want to showcase this by showing this area right here, where we're going to see a zombie later, but it hasn't spawned yet, as you can see. So this first step has to be first. You can't do it out of order. Once you complete the power in the data center, which for me, I always complete second, and if you keep going around from left to right, as I usually do, you see this blueprint on the wall. And just so you know where I am, that is where you turn on the power, and you come right out, and you open up that door, and the blueprint's right up there on the wall. And the weapons lab right where we are just a second ago is the most important room. It's where most of our operations are going to take place for building the RAI K. Now, the next steps do have to be in order, but you can do them all except for one right now. So this is right outside where you turn on the power in mission control. You come out where the defense will be in later rounds, potentially, depending on your RNG, back to that location I showed you just before. Now you're going to see some intel on the ground and this zombie. And I'm going to skip past it because it's a little bit graphic, so just understand that going in. And we're going to obtain the eye from this zombie. And now we're going to go back and return to the weapons lab. Now we're going to use that eye we just picked up to use the computer. It has a retina scanner, so using the eye will allow the drawer to open, giving us the locker key, as you'll see here in just one moment. Now we head over to the barracks, and I'll show you where this is in comparison to the helicopter and the teleporter in a second. But using the key we just obtained, there is 3 lockers in this room, and there's about 7 in the one I'm looking at. But right there is the helicopter and the teleporter. It's right through that middle gate, but I have it closed currently. You can open it, it's closed for me right now. Now, when you open up these lockers, you have a chance of spawning a mimic. And from my experience, there's 3 mimics that'll spawn through doing this, and I'm not sure if this part is going to drop randomly, if it always drops from the 3rd mimic, but opening these lockers will spawn 3 mimics, and you'll get a part from at least from one of them. I think it's always the last one, though. Something to keep in mind is most of these lockers are kind of between these like bunk beds, and if you have a lot of zombies around, they will probably get you stuck, so I recommend waiting till the end of a round, and you just open them all up and kill your mimics, get your part, and you're good to go. Now, before jumping into the next step, I want to show you this dartboard back where we spawned at the beginning of the game. This is now open because the power is on, and I want you to notice there is 20 slivers, black and white total. There's 20 slivers total, and these are going to be what we're actually looking for in terms of the next step. So now we return to the computer once again, and we activate it, and we see this little sliver kind of moving around, and it'll stop and make a noise when it hits. We're going to need 3 of them, and it goes in order and shows us the 3 we need. Now on solo, this is very irritating. The zombie will, even if you save 1, it's very irritating, so I recommend Ether Shroud. But right there, we saw that our 3 was the bottom black one, the top left white, and then the bottom right white. Now this is random every game, so I actually recommend you rewind and watch that section one more time. And when I ADS on the computer is when it stops, and when you play it and you do it for the first time, it'll start to make more sense. But again, on solo, it can be very irritating. So now we return back to the dartboard. Now we input the code we have, which is bottom black, top left white, and bottom right white, and then you shoot the bullseye right in the center. If you input your code correctly, it will open up and then drop a part on the ground. Now, don't forget to shoot the bullseye in the middle after you input your code. This is something I actually personally forgot when trying to do this the first couple of times. Something else to keep in mind is it's very easy to forget what your code was. You can always return and look at it again. But if you're on solo, maybe pause and put it down in your phone, or write it on a notepad, whatever. Now that that is out of the way, we're on to the final step, which requires you to be on round, I believe it's 15. I'm not sure if it varies at all, but you have to finish your first defense wave at one of the 3 sites where the sentry guns turn on. So we need a mangler for this step, and we have to shoot him in his arm where his gun is. And when you shoot off the gun, it generally is an insta-kill. Sometimes he lives barely. But you'll see me kind of flank back around, and I kind of look at it, but don't get to pick it up yet. You see that part right there. I just picked it up. Now that we have the final part, we have to go and return to the weapons lab once again. And now for this part, I kind of have been thinking to myself, I'm not sure if this has to be in here for 2 rounds or just 1 full round. Again, this is right where we were in the weapons lab, just like everything else. You have to put this power cell into this little charger. And like I said, it's either 1 full round or 2 rounds, depending on how you look at it. Essentially, it means the same thing. You put it in on, say, round 15, come back on the beginning of round 17, you can pick it back up. Now here I'm returning at the end of round 17, just so I can show you guys. This is going to be glowing yellow now, not purple, which means it's completely finished. You walk right over to the crafting table where you picked up the blueprint at the very beginning of this guide. You can blast the last zombie if you want to, and you can pick up your RAI K-84. Now, you saw some gameplay at the very beginning of this video, and I was doing a little bit of an opening, intro. And this thing is a powerhouse. You can go high rounds with this thing, and it does a lot of damage. Now, boys, I have an exfil to catch, but what I want you to do is just triple check you're subscribed, put a comment down in the comment section letting me know if you enjoyed and what you would like to see next. And, yeah, that's gonna be it for me for now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in another video, and until then, see you soon.